We are live.
We are live, baby.
We are live. How are you today?
Man, I'm doing good.
Are you good?
Day. Good day. Good day.
I see you drinking some coffee. What you got in that coffee? We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching and listening all around the world. Welcome to Love Lockdown, the podcast, you guys. Season 4. And I feel like, what episode is this?
This will be episode 9.
We're getting close already.
Yep.
This is wild.
5 more before the end of season 4.
That just reminded me of the Subway commercial. Remember $5? I don't know why. But anyways, welcome you guys. If you don't know what Love Lockdown, the podcast is where my husband and I discuss relationship advice that perfectly works for us. Hence the word us. We give you guys advice, but you don't have to take it and just take it with a grain of salt. But
I would take mine if I was you.
Okay.
That's just me.
Okay, just you. I'm one of your hosts, Britt Brad, and you are?
I am the one and only Captain Arrogant. And today my beard is imported from Persia. So if you were wondering where I got this luxurious mane from, it's imported directly from Persia. And if you are a new listener, this episode is streamed live via YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook live. Season 4. So that's what we do. And also, if you're wondering, how can I listen to this show later on? Well, have opportunity to click any of the streaming networks that host podcasts. That will be Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
Pandora,
iHeartRadio. If you got a platform where you're listening to a podcast, we on there. Trust us. So, without further ado, we'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors who make this possible every week on Wednesday, a live broadcast podcast from two good-looking people. You know we must have some good sponsors to get me here.
Man, definitely, right? Because we want to retire after really before every. Once we get on here, it's so much fun, but beforehand, you guys, if you knew everything that it took to get this show going, you would be like, oh, I understand. But yeah, we retire, but we love our sponsors and you guys a little too much to do that. So first one is first, and most importantly today of all, even though it's always the most important, we got our BELAIRE right here that we're sipping on today.
Yep. What you drinking?
Today I'm drinking the Luxe Rosé, the beautiful pink bottle, one of my favorites. They're all my favorites, but it's pink, so.
Hey, I already know. It goes exactly with your aesthetic of pinkness. She lives the pink life. You just got a pair of pink shoes today, didn't you?
I did. I wish, you know what, they're right here. I can lean over and show them because they're that nice. They're that nice. Let me show them to y'all real quick because, like, I gotta do this. We're unveiling. You seen it first. No, Instagram actually saw it first. I got some Air Forces, y'all. Some pink Air Forces. Right? I never thought I'd see the day.
Oh, that should go perfectly with the bottle. Yeah. But
beautiful.
That's neither here nor there.
What you drinking today?
I'm drinking coffee, y'all. And listen, my body woke up, my soul stayed in the bed from my nap today. I know it sounds crazy, you drinking coffee, you sponsored by BELAIRE, but BELAIRE has a product that goes perfect with coffee. It's a little half and half a cup of this great thing right here, which we call bamboo cream. Gold top, in case you were wondering. It goes perfectly with coffee. So I just poured half a cup of bamboo cream, put me a little Starbucks 2 times in that joint, and you got you a wake your ass up special.
Not only that, but it's fall season. Happy first day of fall, by the way. September 22nd, first day of fall. Not only is it great with coffee, it's also wonderful to mix with hot chocolate. I usually do that. Coffee in the morning sometimes when your girl's having one of them days to start. So yeah, it's a great thing. It makes this absolutely delicious, or just to drink it solely by itself because it's like that perfect dessert drink. So bamboo cream, pick it up if you can.
Yeah, go get you some bamboo cream. If you haven't tried it, you need to try it. It's the perfect dessert drink. Perfect, goes with everything. If you got a piece of cake and you want to drink, bamboo cream. But that's not our only sponsor. So let's go into the other sponsor who we got today.
We got our Adam and Eve, our True and True today. So Adam and Eve, thank you. You guys know as well as we do that if you would like to get 50% off of any one item on the website, you can use our code LL69. I said it the nice way. Now you can go ahead and say the dirty version. I know you got something smart to say.
I was actually like zoned out right now. Forgot to think of something. So I'm just going to come up with something on the fly. If you're tired of flicking that click, go to adamandevestores.com and use code LL69. You get 10 free gifts as well as a couple videos to help you flick that click later on in life. But let the toys do it for you.
And free shipping. Yeah. Free
We got a lot of stuff going on right now in the world. You don't want to be using your fingers, get some toys.
Oh my goodness, you are hilarious. So anyways, we have a wonderful show for you guys today. It's going to be so much fun, so ultimate, because we have like the most just bossed up babe guest ever today that you're going to be seeing shortly here. And we got a wonderful topic to go along with it. So would you like to do the honor of the topic today, or are we making it a surprise for people?
Our topic is a big topic, and it's going to help a lot of people out. And I feel like this is one of those basic things that nobody ever talks about when it comes to speaking to women and dealing with relationships and shooting your shot in general.
Yes.
I feel like mixed signals is a big thing. So today we're doing friendly versus flirting. Is she flirting with you, or is she just being friendly? Is he flirting with you, or is he just being friendly? And this topic is really, really especially, it is home for the good-looking people in the world. All you universally good-looking people out there, I know you deal with this issue a lot. So this hits home for us people who are good-looking. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just show up and people assume we flirting. You know what I'm saying? So before we get into the comments real quick, I need y'all to take this time and share this episode, because this will be great information today, as well as entertainment, as well as you get to meet a special person, a Black successful woman that you, if you don't know her yet, you should probably know her.
Yeah, you should. So
take a minute and share this broadcast to your friends, broadcast it out to Facebook, tag people on Twitch, share your YouTube to all your platforms. Let them know we out here and we live. So get into the comments. Of course, we'd love to check in with the people and see where they at. If you're somewhere and you need to check in, let us know. James is always in the building every episode. Never miss one. Never missed. Ypsilanti is in the building. What's going on, James?
What's going on, bro? Ypsilanti in the building.
Look, James Squared is in the building. My boy Ames is in the building, y'all. He says Shaba. He's representing Westland, Michigan. Westland, Michigan is in the place to be today. We're going to take it out of state now. We're going to go out of Michigan. And my boy Brandon Ford chimed in today representing North Cackalack. B4 was going on. And if y'all don't know, B4 was on a previous episode this season. Yeah. We did video games and relationships, where we actually had a bunch of people from New York. People from everywhere. If you missed that episode, you might want to go watch it. We acted a complete monkey. And
yeah. That was a fun episode. That was the gaming episode. So as always, if you guys ever miss one, you can always go back and listen to them. Always.
Yes, you can. And before said he shared it. Listen, take time right now to go share this broadcast. I don't care what you do. But also, another thing that you need to know about season 4 that we don't talk about enough is we're giving you the opportunity to join Love Lockdown this season. By join Love Lockdown, I mean this link that's going in the feed right now. I know you can see it if you're watching on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. There's a link in there. Take that link, paste it in your browser. You can join us backstage right now live. If you got something to say, you don't like what we're saying, if we got something wrong, and especially in the celebrity realm, I need help. I don't be knowing nobody. Join in, add yourself to the show. And it's a special time. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had one guest yet. And I think it's because my wife is a really good debater. So
we had one preseason. We had one preseason, but
we had a couple preseasons.
Yeah, since that though, people have been a little scared. So we don't bite, y'all. We love opposing opinions. Like if you don't like what we are saying, disagree, or even if you do like what you're saying, you have a story that you just relate to, come join the broadcast.
Join the broadcast. I don't care if I don't know you from Adam. I love to learn from people, number one. And I live by the credo that if everybody in the room is thinking the same, nobody's thinking. So we love different points of view. Now, some of y'all are just stupid. But We won't make you look as dumb as you really are on the show.
As a past educator, though, I can't necessarily say that anybody's answer or question is stupid. I can't say that, because I was trained to say there is no stupid question in life, even though it's bullshit. But I was trained to say that. So
you know how we had a shutdown for that virus earlier this year?
I cannot stand you.
I feel like we need a stupidity shutdown every now and then where everybody just need to go home and read. Like, it gets to that point where stupidity is contagious.
You know what I haven't heard in a long time? I have not heard you say that people need to repo them kids in a long time. So
I meant to listen. Let me tell you, we can take it back to last episode before we let our guests in real quick. I meant to say it last week when Kanye and Kim was dressed in that
all black
gear.
Yeah.
Yo, when they had them socks over their face, repo them kids. If I didn't say it last week, I'm saying it now. Because if you made a decision to leave the house like that, listen, and then we all know you was a former teacher, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
They will call Child Protective Services for a lot less than that.
If you can't see the parent's face walking into the building, yes, I have concerns.
Listen, not even just that. A simple spanking to get Child Protective Services called today. A spanking is a corrective procedure.
Yes,
if you walking out the house with a sock on your face, repo them damn kids.
You gotta repo the kids, dog. But we have listen, I don't even know why I brought that up because we could go all day on that. But we have a special guest for you guys today. Miss Rianya Smith. I am beyond excited and honored to have her on today. It's gonna be an amazing show. Do you have anything that you would like to add to it?
Very successful young lady. I'm proud just talking to her. She is the director of marketing at Sovereign Brands. And if you don't know what Sovereign Brands is, that's the head brand of BELAIRE, Bumbu, V-Line, everything you see us with. She's the director of all of it.
Violet,
Violet. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, I know.
My baby's a gin girl.
I'm a gin girl now, y'all. Like. And she also does yoga. She's a yoga instructor, y'all. So I wish I was in your area so I could take yoga.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
Wonderful. We're so happy to have you on.
Thank you. I'm happy to be on. I'm excited.
Yay.
Yes,
so did you like the introduction? Was there anything that you would like to add?
I was saying y'all were gassing me up. I like it. It was perfect.
I'm glad.
So we're gonna give you a chance to introduce yourself to the people who may not know you in the way you would like to do it. Also throw any things in there that we didn't put in there, including the correct word. I think it's called a yogi. Is that what they call it?
That's true. Yeah. So I thought you guys did a perfect job, but my name is Brianna. I am from New Jersey, currently based in Brooklyn. I am the marketing manager of Sovereign Brands, and you guys are great supporters of all of our brands, especially BELAIRE. Love your crop top. I do teach yoga on the side. I will call myself a yogi. And really enjoy New York right now. I've been living here for 7 years now. Relocated here from DC, where I went to Georgetown for college. And that's pretty much it.
I didn't know you went to Georgetown. I'm just learning. That's awesome.
That is awesome. You. And we're gonna turn up today. Do you got your BELAIRE with you today?
I do, but I might need to refill.
Okay.
Listen, take your time. We got a long show, and we're about to clown out. So listen, checking in with the comments before we go to current events, y'all. We got Cooking with Granny Peaches in the building, as always supporting. Hey, cousin Peaches. B4 was laughing at our repo the kids comment, and James, a former educator himself, said there are stupid questions.
I didn't think we were allowed to say that.
Big Smooth is in the house. He representing LA. What's going on, Big Smooth?
Hey, Smooth.
LA is in the building, and my girl Ursa Nada. Listen, Ursa Nada is from somewhere special that I always forget. I think it's Brazil.
Ursa Nada, where are you from again? Brazil? I am ashamed to even ask because
she's on here every week and she tells us where she's from.
From the Brat Squad. She's from YouTube, and it's somewhere.
I get it wrong every time.
Every time, because it's like 1 a.m. where she is right now. Like she's like serious about this podcast. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like she should be
Oh, that's
sleeping right now.
great.
Yes. So chime in, Ursanata. Let us know where you're from, and we're gonna jump right into these current events. So first up today, I know y'all love current events, so we added a couple extra for Brianna today. First, we got Adele, and this is via PerezHilton.com. If you don't know, we had Perez on the show last season, so if you had a chance, go check out that episode as well. Adele goes public with her new boyfriend, Rich Paul. For those of you who don't know who Adele is, I don't even know how to explain it to you. You've been under a rock. Rich Paul, however, is LeBron James's childhood friend who has become the number one player agent in the NBA. So I actually know more about Rich Paul than Adele at this point. But just to give you a break-in of just to give you a break-in at this point, there are two popular people in this world right now, really, really popular, and they're together. So what do y'all think about this relationship?
Rihanna, I'll let you go first.
I mean, I think Adele has been looking really great recently. She's like kind of low key, so every time she pops up, I feel like she has a new look or a new man. I think she used to date like Skepta in the past or something. Like I don't know. She knows how to pull them. It seems like she has a good personality, so I'm happy for her. I think she looked really good in the recent photos that she posted with her new man.
Yeah, I'm excited about the album because she already has soul. So now that she's dabbling with, our kind, I'm excited to see how much more soulful we can get with this new album coming. It better be fire, though. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
I don't
really
really
her like more in the heartbreak space. So we'll see like what her kind of like lovey-dovey songs sound like.
I'm just mad my parents didn't name me Rich. They really dropped the ball there. If they ever had a chance to do anything special that they did not do, my name should have been Rich. Because this guy right here is doing it big, and I'm okaying whatever. Clearly, he's a good decision maker. So I'm going to okay this, and I think the young kids are calling it ship it today. So, because Cooking with Granny Peaches said that she don't know about it. She's on the fence. And Ursanata says she's from Albania, y'all.
That's it.
I'm gonna remember next time. I'm probably gonna call it Algeria.
Y'all gotta remember that.
I'm probably gonna call it Algeria. But listen, by the end of this season, I got you.
End of the season, we're in the 9th
episode. James said they are suspect. Bro, what do you mean?
What's the suspect part?
Is this a contractor relationship? Is that what we throwing out there? I need to know.
I don't think that she needs to, have one of those though. I think she does her thing. She has her like kind of cult fan base. I would assume that it's the real thing.
Yeah, and then not only I feel like she could release a CD humming at this point, and it's gonna be number one. So people just waiting on music at this point. I agree totally. But moving on to the next topic, since we added a few today, we have the wonderful Kevin Gates. This is one of my favorite people. This dude is great. Kevin Gates said, if a woman comes in the bathroom talking to me while I'm taking a shit, I find that very romantic. Hashtag Bay, you cut different.
Okay.
What do y'all think about this?
I don't know about the word romantic, but I don't, like how they say like, oh, your partner shouldn't know when you take a shit or shouldn't be around. Like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, ideally, they're not in there, but I don't think it's too crazy, but not romantic.
I feel like it's just a comfort. I feel like it's a different level of comfort that you two have gotten to. That's my opinion. Romantic, I don't know what his idea of romantic is because his definition could be different. Some people think candles and rose petals. You might think,
right.
You.
I think it's what you were saying about comfort. I think he's saying like there's a lot of like vulnerability in that space. So if you can do it, it's a big step.
Yeah. What you think, Chris?
Man, and believe it or not, I got a lot to say about this topic, even though this is super simple. But I'm gonna start off by telling y'all something I learned this year: that dogs look at you when they poo. not because it's uncomfortable that they pooing around you, but because they feel safe around you and they know that you can protect them in that vulnerable state. And I learned that because we got a dog, a new dog recently. So just random research, weird shit that I'll be researching. But also, one of the reasons that I knew I was going to marry Brittany is because probably I'll say a year and a half into our relationship, she came in the bathroom like eating Teddy Grahams while I was pooping. And normally I wouldn't like to be disturbed in that time, but it was just like so comfortable. Like she sat on the tub and was like holding conversation. I'm like, yo, you know what's going on in here? You know what I'm saying? What's going, you know what I'm saying? You grubbing on top of everything. Like it was weird, but that was one of the moments that I was like, "Dog, this comfortability level has gotten to a new point." Now I wouldn't recommend it often.
No, not everybody's thing. You know?
I wouldn't recommend it often and with just anybody. It's, you know, especially if they're sick or something. Probably you want to stay out of there. But
Right.
I understand what he was saying. That's why this dude funny to me. He says a lot of stuff without giving you any explanation, which is very cool. You know what I'm saying?
He's very funny and outspoken. I'm a fan of like bathroom conversations too. Somebody in the shower and you're sitting on the toilet. I think it's a good like debrief space.
It is. And it's one of the only like calm moments of the day that you have when you're a really busy person. Like the bathroom time is real chill.
Fun fact too, the first time I met his mom, my mother-in-law, R.I.P. because I love that woman so much. R.I.P. mom. But first time I ever met her, I was taking a shower and she had to go to the bathroom. So she just came in the bathroom like, hey. No, that wasn't was that the first time we met?
The very first time.
That was the first time we met.
The very first time. And my mom had a track record of that. So like, don't listen. My mom was wild, yo. My mom came down to my football locker room one time and was cussing me out. And I'm like, yo, this is the locker room. She like, I don't give a shit. You slammed my car door. My mom was cutthroat. She didn't care, but that's how she met Brittany.
That's so funny.
She was trying to wait for her to come out, but then she
liked you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad too, because that was a hell of a way to meet.
Yo, so we got to go to the comments because people chiming in. James said, has he never heard of a door nasty? Cooking with Granny Peaches said, no, bro, that's not romantic at all. Love, yeah.
Love, yeah.
Ames chimed in. He said, Kev Wilden, ain't nobody trying to huff your smelly ass. Romantic, though. Smooth said, I always thought Britt was crazy. And Cooking with Granny Peaches said she misses her so much. She's talking about my mom. So rest in peace.
Me too.
But yeah, moving on and keeping it moving. We're moving straight through these, y'all. So if you got a chance to chime in, the link is in the comments.
Yeah.
So, and I have to explain these for the people who are listening. So I'm gonna let Britt explain this one because I'm actually not hip. Yes. So I'm not about to just make up stuff and lie to y'all.
Yeah, no, you don't have to do that. The main reason I wanted to include this today, this is the mother of missing graduate student, and I think you pronounce his name Jelani. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. His name is Jelani Day. Pleads with Illinois police to do more in his research, or in his search, actually. I wanted to include this because he's an African-American, young, successful male. He was going to college. He was going to school. Where does it say he was going to school? Either way, he hasn't had at all enough attention that he should be getting. You know, we've had some exposure with some other RIP. Like, I'm not saying anyone trumps anybody, or, you know, I'm not saying that, but I just feel like it would be important for us to share this young man's story as well. So he's been missing for, I believe since August 27th. So a good chunk of time now. Yeah. Rianya, do you know anything else about it?
No, I mean, I think you were right. I think it's almost been a month that he's been missing, and this has gotten more media attention, you know, right now because, like you said, I mean, unfortunately, you know, Black people aren't really getting like the media attention that we deserve, you know, in these cases. So I do think that we need to continue to like share and speak up about this and really bring this to the forefront. So I think it's great that you added it in.
Definitely. Yeah, this young man was studying to be a doctor. I'm not gonna say is studying to be a doctor because we the search has to continue. But I just wanted to include this today. We don't usually do serious stuff, but I thought it was important for us to, because some people might not know the story. You guys can Google it, look it up for sure, so you can go in more in depth after the show. But
Yep, and our resident celebrity news person James chimed in. He said he was going to Illinois State University.
That makes sense because
and he was last seen on August 24th. If you know something, I'm not going to tell you what to do because I don't deal with police well myself. But I'm going to say what they didn't say. They said it's so nice. I got a lot less sponsorships than both of them. So they had that little white woman on TV who went on
Chris, come on, man.
Who went on her vacation van trip. I mean, people, we would probably call it a hippie trip, where you get in the van and you just go random places, and then she had came up missing because he had drove home by himself. That's all I really know. And then I stopped paying attention because I'm like, if dude was black and would have showed back up in her van, he wouldn't have made it out the van.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dude would have been arrested on spot. I mean, this dude, they don't even know where he at. So, but just keeping it funky, we don't get enough coverage. And every chance that we get, we're going to give it as much coverage as we can. So,
yeah, my prayers are to the family, and I hope he's found nice and safe.
Absolutely.
So,
and on a less serious note,
I know, right? I organized it wrong today.
Hey, yo, and I would be honest with y'all, I'm really good at transitions, but there's no way to transition from something as serious as that to the fact that Whack 100 is claiming that he has an unreleased sex tape from Ray J. And before I go forward, I must say that he did say he did not say that. So that's what he's saying. That's what I heard this morning on the Breakfast Club. But what do y'all think about this claim? Because I think they put a lawsuit in, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did. I think that Whack 100 is very corny. I mean, he's always involved with some drama. I'm not really sure like what he does in particular. I thought he was associated with the game, but I think he just wants some attention. I saw Ray J, responded and said this is not true. He has a family. He really doesn't want to be involved. So I think it's just like him just talking, which is really unnecessary.
I agree with the unnecessary. Like, it's already hard enough that Kim has kids, that she has a slew of things that she has to explain herself to when they get a little bit. North is already starting to get a little bit older, so she already has the first sex tape to talk about with her and everything else. So I don't know.
I would jump in and tell y'all, man, this is what happens when you make bad decisions early in your life. They never go away. They always come back. Even Ray J, my man's out here just trying to sell scooty bikes. He getting thrown in the fire with Kim Kardashian and Whack 100.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't know who Whack 100 is, he's a manager in the game. He manages a few artists, and most recently he's been making money off Tekashi 6ix9ine because he's been making him back in the news stories again. He's been bringing him back to the forefront with his podcast. So this dude is an attention getter, but what we know about Kim and her past, this became a story. I mean, it's possible, but who cares? At this point, I'm good. First of all, the other one was on VHS, I believe. And if it wasn't, it was on like one of the very first DVDs. I don't even have a DVD player. So I really don't care. Like, and Whack, even if she did have this, why do you have this like 20 years later, bro?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. And I think her lawyers are gonna nip this in the bud.
Yeah. To be honest, she's supposed to be a lawyer soon, right? If she passed those tests, she probably knows.
Yeah, I don't know if she ever passed. That seemed like, from the show they kind of ended it, but I don't know where that process is.
Listen, she's gonna be taking that test when we're 50.
Yeah.
she'll get it one day.
Either way, Kim, nip this in the bud.
Yo, listen, I'm not even gonna go there. But the next one we got up is a debate that has pissed me off all fucking week.
Yeah.
This has been a debate on Facebook before it even reached the Shade Room, which is where we got this post. Shout out to the Shade Room. We get a lot of our current events from there. The debate is whether or not Drake in 2021 is bigger than Michael Jackson at his peak. I'm gonna let y'all go first.
Wait, you
how
can start.
people,
I don't know.
you know how people say things for attention. Like I feel like this was.
But
I feel like this was that. Like I'm not trying to disrespect Drake because I think Drake is decent. I'm not a huge Drake fan. Like I'm not a diehard. His newest album a little hit or miss for me, but I just feel like certain people truly do say things that they just want attention for, and this is definitely one of them because I just don't know if generations and generations and generations are going to be singing Drake or rapping Drake. Really, let me say rapping because he's a rapper. I think
he be
is he a
singing.
rapper? He sings too, right? But,
He does both. Yeah.
but yeah,
He's
like
talented.
I just always look at like whoever the kids can still be singing and they don't even know them. Like to me, that is something you honor. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. How do you feel, Rihanna?
I think this is not like a fair comparison.
Yeah.
Like two different time periods, different audiences, they're streaming now. I mean, I don't really think there's a way to kind of compare the two. It doesn't make sense. But I do think that Drake is like one of the artists of this generation and will continue to have like an impact later.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not all his music, but I do think that there will be songs that people will remake and sample and everything. So I think he deserves his props, and flowers now. But this
Mm-hmm.
comparison to me, it doesn't add up.
Yeah.
I have yet to see one person pass out and go to the hospital at a Drake concert.
I
Not only that,
know.
if Michael Jackson had access to Tidal, Apple Music, and stuff like that, it would have been a whole different ballgame. And coming from a marketing perspective, a lot of these apps do marketing for you, as well as the numbers are inflated. People are buying numbers these days. And the ability to come out with a okay album and it be called great, because there's a lot of people in the music space right now who aren't that great because of access.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different world, and Michael Jackson was bigger then without all of that stuff than Drake is now. Not only that, let's not forget Drake is from Canada. So Drake is bringing a whole nother country with him as well. Listen, I'm a Drake fan, been a Drake fan from the beginning. I'm a huge Lil Wayne fan. Y'all, anybody tell you Lil Wayne's the GOAT? This is his protege. I'm a Drake fan, but let's not be disrespectful to the one and only Michael Jackson. This man changed whole races.
Okay.
For greatness.
Okay. Yeah.
I tried to keep a serious face when I said that, but I didn't make it.
You almost got away with that one.
Yo, and listen, James just chimed in and reminded us, Mike had global video premieres at his peak. He was premiering his actual video. Drake just recently had a promo during Sports Center that everybody thought was huge. Mike had his videos during that time. So it's just a different day and age, but Mike was different, man.
Yeah, it's something special. The closest to me I feel that we'll ever see is Chris Brown, obviously. To me, that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think he's more of an entertainer, like full like triple threat, dancing, everything. Like I just think they're in two different lanes. I agree, more like a Chris Brown, like Beyonce. I think they're more in that same like avenue, but still, I think the comparison can't happen in different time frames.
Mm-hmm. I agree, Rihanna. I'm really tired of people comparing people that aren't even supposed to be compared. It is strange to me. People do that all the time, like Michael Jordan and Kobe, and you know what I mean. It's just like, why? For what reason?
So listen, that was Brianna. I'm gonna give you a hand clap. That was the most current events we've ever had on the show. Ever. And
I love current events.
in a shorter time. Yo, that was dope. But now we get to one of our favorite things that people love when we bring guests on, which is hold or fold. And if you're a new listener out there and you haven't heard how this works, and I'm going to explain to Brianna again, that it goes like this. Imagine you're in a relationship and you're stuck in a room with this person. Would you be able to hold what you got, or would you fold what you got? And we're talking sexually for you weirdos out there who about to pickpocket what I just said and try to get around the rules. Yeah, we're talking sexually. Would you be able to hold what you got or fold what you got? So first up, we got. I haven't seen these, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, I chose these ones,
This is
and
India Love. This is
yes, yep,
India.
I was about to
Okay.
say,
India
who is
Love.
that? I don't know who it is, but it's India Love, y'all. So, what you got, Brianna? Are you going to be able to hold or fold with India Love?
I think I will hold with her. I mean, she seems cool. I think she's a cute girl, but mm, I don't know. She's not really like, I don't know. I follow her on Instagram. I think that her personality to me is just okay. So I will hold. I think we could like roll up and just have a nice conversation.
Brittany.
I agree. I'm holding because I feel like every time I see her, she looks really different, and I like someone I know that's gonna just be familiar every time I see them. Like it's cool to change up, your look every now and then, but she truly looks super different every time I see her in pictures. Sometimes I'm even questioning like who is that? Is what I mean? So that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I don't know much about her, so I'm going directly off of this picture, and I'll say fold, but it's going to be some contingencies in there. It looks like a part of my soul will be up for auction in this fold. So, I'm going to say fold with some contingencies because I don't know much about her. I'm not going to lie to y'all. So,
I feel like you like her though. I do feel like you have said in the past that you think she's cute, so your fold makes sense.
Off looks, yeah.
Yeah, if you're basing it off of looks.
Yeah. I'm not gonna hold y'all up, so that's where we go with that. Next, we got. I know who this is. This is Janelle Monae. We've had her multiple times on the show. Anytime Brittany gets a chance to put her picture up, she will. So
you already know.
Y'all know who did the picking for today.
So
are
you're
we holding or
folding,
folding?
Britt.
I'm folding. I love her. I love her. She's so talented and just beautiful. So we already know. Rihanna, what do you feel?
I don't know. I love her too. I think she's amazing. I think she's beautiful. But still think I would hold. Like I would prefer to be her friend. Maybe, work on her team. But I think I would hold.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go and say I will fold because she is beautiful, but at the same time, once again, knowing who she is and actually following her on Instagram, I think my soul would be up for auction. So she gives me Erykah Badu vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with yourself, but. My self-control ain't high enough to pass this type of beauty. So,
I was about to say. I was gonna say no one's putting a gun to your head. You can hold because it'll be more for me. So all right.
How about I hold on the next one? I just hold on the next one no matter what.
I don't know.
Okay, next we got Channing Tatum.
I knew it had to be a man for you to say that. I couldn't remember who I picked. Channing Tatum. Rihanna, I'll let you have that first.
I'm not super attracted to him. I think he's handsome, but I would let him rock.
Yeah. Same. I'm holding. Chris, we already know your answer. But...
Yeah. And when I look at this dude, I don't see nothing but him wearing that do-rag in that one Save the Last Dance movie he was in where he was jumping off the car and shit. That's all I see. So
that was Step Up. I think was that Step Up?
Yeah, I think it was Step Up.
And I never saw his
one of those dancing.
I never saw his stripper movie. To this day, I still haven't seen that. What was that?
Like Mike. No, Like Mike is with Bow Wow.
No, it's not like Mike.
It's Mike something, I think.
Oh my goodness. Well, either way, I haven't seen it. So
yeah. Next on the slate of Hold or Fold, y'all. Today we have the wonderful TEYANA Taylor, and I'll go first. Hold.
Oh, I was about to say that's different.
I'm definitely.
You say you would hold?
Listen, I'm holding tight. Yeah, I'm not going to even disclose the reasons why I'm holding, but
TEYANA Taylor.
I'm hold. Hold. What you got?
You're bugging out.
Yeah.
Hold. What you got? I know a lot about her too, though. So it's not.
I'm folding for sure.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm folding for TEYANA. She's just what are you crazy? First
Yeah, I
off,
don't know what you are even talking
her
about.
face is a little strong for me, y'all. I'm just
body is crazy.
body of a god.
Body of a god.
No
Body
doubt.
is like incredible.
But if I feel
Not
like you're
real.
gonna bark at me during sex, I want no parts.
Chris, oh my goodness.
Listen,
I think she seems like a little aggressive, but I feel like it could be a good time.
She does seem aggressive.
James said
But
the
in a
movie is
fun
called
way. I
Magic
think it would
Mike,
be
y'all. I
good.
knew it was Mike.
Oh yeah, Magic Mike.
Magic Mike. Okay.
James said he's holding and he's scared.
Oh
I'm
my
telling you.
goodness, y'all. She's so talented, and she's just the way, like, I watch her show with Amon, and she's just so supportive and just down. Like, she's
I love their relationship. It seems
too.
like I definitely will fold. I saw she announced her last tour today. I'm definitely going.
I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Her
see
final
that she
tour.
announced that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Gotta go.
Always will support, but if there's any chance of an Adam's apple, I'm out.
Oh my
So,
goodness!
therefore-
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm just
That
playing,
is
y'all.
a beautiful woman.
Like I said, body of a
She's
god, though. You know what I'm
beautiful.
saying? Very talented. I can't. Not for me.
I love anybody who will not give me a headache. So she's cool in my book and beautiful, body rocking. And has 2 kids and look like that. Like right after she has them. Like, who does that?
Can't even believe it.
Speaking of repoing them kids, I've watched the episode of that show. That first little girl they got, Junie. I think that's her name. Is her name Junie?
Yeah, it's Junie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. The way I was brought up. Kids don't talk like adults, and Judy thinks she grown.
Oh,
and to be honest, as a grown ass man at this age of my life, that's just a turn off, bro. And that's the mama's job. That's a daughter. So
Junie is a little grown.
For you to have that strong ass face, because my mama used to be able to make a face at me that was scared the shit out of me from across the room. For her face to be that strong and her daughter to have a smart mouth, something ain't fucking adding up.
I'm sure they have some, protocol in place when she takes it too far, like some discipline. But she is like, a little grown. It's like she literally has her same personality.
She does. And I will say that, like, you can see the genes come off of both of them literally on the little girl. But I just think that she's a tad bit too grown for me. Yeah, that's it though.
I agree with that part. She's something special though. She's a talented little girl, but I see what you're saying with the attitude part.
So we got JD Smith chiming in from Twitch. He said
Twitch. Okay.
He said that Teyana Taylor could cut glass with some of the angles on her face.
Oh my goodness, y'all. She's just fit,
Yeah, I thought everybody would say fold. I can't believe this.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. I honestly am surprised. I really am. You learn a lot about people during this show.
Yeah.
So listen, I had a ball doing that with y'all, by the way. So I can't wait for the rest of the show. Actually, before we get into the topic, let's do our read away for our lovely sponsor, Adam and Eve.
I gotta get to it. Hold on now, because And
you better read it right.
I don't ever read it right because I don't know how to be sexy.
Listen, I'm trying to say it with that Teyana Taylor face. You best to read it right.
I'm so awkward when I try to be sexy. Like, I can't do it. Like, the read is always so. Here we go. We've got free stuff is awesome, but free stuff to spice up your bedroom is even better. So when I slow things down a little bit, it makes it a little sexier. Right? I'll just say it slower. So select almost any one item for 50% off, and then Adam and Eve loads on free stuff. If you enter offer code LL69 at checkout and you'll get 10 tantalizing free gifts. So that is 10 free gifts plus a sexy item for him, a special gift for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. So there's nobody being selfish here. Everybody gets to enjoy themselves. And you also get 6 free spicy movies plus free shipping. So that's LL69, offer code LL69 at checkout at adamandeve.com. Chris, I know you got something to add to it.
If you're tired of rubbing, go to Adam and Eve stores and get you some dubbing. AdamandEveStores.com, code LL69.
Crack me up.
Listen, if you're tired of the blend and tired of using your hand, go to AdamandEveStores.com.
episode.
We probably won't have the sponsor next season, as you can see. But listen,
for some reason they actually love us. Like they write me
so
every
funny.
week, and I'm like, "Oh, you're still rocking with us." So thank you, Adam and Eve. We appreciate you. LL69. It's not hard to remember. People been using the code too. We don't know who it is, but you guys are enjoying it. So
yeah.
Excellent.
And like I said, I know when you hear the stores, you think like, oh, whips and chains, but you know, our people, we get scared of that stuff. They got other stuff too, though. Go get you some of that other stuff that ain't slavery representation. You know what I'm saying?
Sex toys are expensive for sure.
And, yeah,
50% off.
And I believe they came out with that new Rose. They got the butt plug on it too. So all y'all who've been posting that Rose on y'all Facebook page that grabs the clitoris like the blood pressure machine and shit.
I have seen that. That's crazy.
I have seen the Rose, but I didn't know that it had an addition to it now. It's got the butt plug on it now. They going crazy with it.
They going wild out here.
Wild. Get prepared if we go during another lockdown. Lockdown.
Listen, make it happen. But as always, we love our sponsors, AdamandEveStores.com, code LL69. In all seriousness, go use the code. You get a bunch of free shit.
Yeah, good stuff.
But on to the real part of our episode, which is friendly versus flirting. And as I said at the beginning of the show, this is a very important episode for people who like to shoot their shots, people who get caught in the friend zone, people who take signals and get them mixed a lot. I feel like this is a very important show. So tag some people like that. If you know your homeboy who can't get out the friend zone, tag him and put hashtag friend zone next to his name.
Maybe don't do that, but
if you know you got a homegirl who always thinks she about to get married, but she really just a friend to the dudes, tag her.
I know way too many of them.
I
know way too many of them, yeah.
This happens way too often. And as I said, for universally good-looking people like us three, it happens more often than not because there becomes mixed signals. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. I'll go to Starbucks with my wife in the car. Not paying attention, happy to get my coffee. Free Starbucks promo, by the way. But I pull up in line and I'm all up in my app trying to prepare my app so I can get the app scanned and shit and look up, and the girl would think I'm flirting with her. Ma'am, I just put this money on my card, scanned my card, and hand my coffee out the window. This is not flirt time. Do you see this woman? And maybe she don't. I'm a big dude. Maybe I'm blocking my wife on the passenger side. Maybe she don't. But this happens a lot.
No, I would usually give you these. They see me though. They see me. So some females just don't care, which is cool because sometimes you get free stuff. So I mean, if you're with the right person, I don't get upset about it. You're good, but
we're just trying to feel it out to see how you respond. Like maybe it's your sister. They're just trying to feel you out and see how you reply.
Right. You got that imported beard. They might think I'm your daughter.
Yeah. And see, that's a problem, man. It's sick out here. But we're here to solve those problems today. So before we get into actually what women do that you can take keys from, let's talk about the friend zone. Give me 3 examples that you're in the friend zone that people can take away from this conversation. I need 3 examples. What's 3 things that they can look for to know that they've been friend zoned? And I'll start with you, Britt, because we're gonna give our guests some time.
Well, I would say if you are always talking about someone you actually like with them,
right?
Hopefully that they would think that, oh, she might not like me. I don't know. I think that should be a good, clear signal.
You're sounding like you've never been in the friend zone before.
That's for another show, but
pretty privileged, y'all. Next.
I feel like you can kind of tell, like, via language, like if they're, I think you can tell if they're calling you like your homie or the way they introduce you. I think those are like kind of telltale signs, based on like, your ranking with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I also feel like it's a lot of people jump the gun a lot. You know what I'm saying? People assume a lot, and a lot of times you really don't have to assume if you bring out the conversation. So I feel like if you consistently bring up the conversation and is consistently pushed to the side, that's key number one that you're in the friend zone. Because I'm a dude and I know how dudes get. Real men out here, you date for too long or you hang out for too long. I'm like, where that ass at? As simple as that. You know what I'm saying? You throwing some butter, not. I get real impatient. You know what I'm saying? So like, I know there's other guys out there like that. So if you're bringing up the butt, by the way, LL69, and they not trying to give it up, you in the friend zone, dude. And if you're not in the friend zone all the way, the butt conversation will push you over that edge to the friend zone.
Yeah.
So simply a conversation to be had.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're kind of right in that, like, if somebody's really interested in you, they will ask you out on a date or to link up or something. Like, if you guys are just texting back and forth, I feel like you should let it rock. You know, somebody who's really actually interested will let you know that and kind of try to take that to the next level.
Yeah. And that can add on to what I was saying earlier. Like, I don't feel like when I say I have never been in the friend zone before, it's not because I'm being arrogant. Like, I think it's because simply when I see something I want, I let them know. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? If I like you, I'm going to let you know, like, I like you. And it's either you don't like me back or you do.
So what do you do when you put people in the friend zone?
Me?
Yeah, no.
What do I do when I put people Okay, here's the thing. I unintentionally put people in the friend zone because, again, people don't communicate with me. And when college is the number one example, like, I am so oblivious to when people do like me that when I take the role of, like, when I call you my bro, I take that very serious. You know how some people, like, will call someone bro that they actually, like, had sex with, things like that.
Right.
Like, when I call you bro, and I get so close to people so quick that I'll probably call you bro in like 3 minutes. So to me, I feel like when I put people in the friend zone, I unintentionally do it, but I call them bro. That's the number one signal.
That's the key word.
That's the key word. Once it's that family setting, it's done for you.
Yeah. Also, listen, bro can be friend zone after a fuck too, so you gotta be careful with that. Like, a lot of the times women will bro you after you did not lay it down right. So bro can be a key word.
And that's weird to me, but
and James just chimed in. He said Bobby Womack will not tolerate the friend zone. And Rihanna, I don't know if you know about Bobby Womack on the show, but he's something like a mascot for this show. Do you know the story on Bobby Womack?
No, tell me.
Listen, Bobby Womack was a wild boy. Just put it like this: a lot of the songs that he sung about, like "If You Think You Lonely Now," that was nice compared to his real life. The way he died and stuff like that, I'll just let you go research it because we'll turn this into a whole episode. But Bobby Womack's a wild boy. Bobby Womack would not approve of the friend zone. Also, what else do we have for the friend zone? Like, when you see other people friend zone, for instance, I know y'all know somebody that y'all know is stuck in the friend zone and they have no clue. Like, I think one of the things is, as a man, if you're the person that she's asking to do a lot for her, like, come over here and drive me to this place, or can you take me here, or can you come hang out while we watch TV, you're the friend zone dude. Because as a former member of the National Players Association, I must say this. People like me are coming over to lay the pipe. Nothing more, nothing less. They always talking about Netflix and chill. In my day, we just skipped the Netflix part and we got right to it. You know what I'm saying? You'd be lucky to get a DVD of Friday on or something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, not the DVD.
It had to be put on the table beforehand, because
you couldn't even turn it on.
If you a true player, you let them know, I'm not coming over there for no bullshit. I got other options. What we doing? Let's keep it moving.
So communication. Okay, and I respect that. Yeah.
I agree with you. I think communication is key, and honestly, like, the Netflix and chill thing is a little, like, testy, because I do think there is an expectation there, and sometimes you may just want to chill, and, like, they be getting mad, they might start turning up on you, start saying whatever after. So I do think you just have to be, like, as clear as possible.
Well, I'm gonna give you a little insight too, Brianna. As a guy, people won't tell you this, but none of the guys really want to chill.
They don't want to chill.
But that's so sad to me.
No,
Like,
we really don't want to chill.
Like, that's actually really sad to me though, because like some of my closest friends are dudes. Like, I couldn't imagine not just being able to kick it. Like, that's crazy.
And sometimes maybe the girl doesn't want to just chill either, but I think there is like space to feel it out. You might not be feeling his energy and change their mind,
Well, and see, as a man, when you're going to see an actual friend, there's a whole different getting ready process.
So what's that look like? What's that look like? The whole different.
For instance, if my homegirl called me over, like, yo, let's kick it. Number one is I'm asking who she's having over there because I'm probably trying to get with one of her homegirls.
Okay.
Number two, depending on who she tells me, if she just like, yo, I just cooked, come over and kick it, I'm wearing what I have on. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody's like, yo, you know what I'm saying, come over, let's Netflix and chill, I got to shower. I got to get dressed correctly. I got to make sure I'm smelling good. I got to make sure everything is right so that I ain't the turn off. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm prepared to, and a lot of these dudes now, they run into the gas station and popping blue pills. So now they don't pop the blue pill and you talking about you just want to chill. There's all types of mixed signals going on. But the problem is we don't communicate. And guys won't tell you the truth. We don't want to chill. We can give it a goddamn about Netflix. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm glad you said that because, like, popping a pill before you know what's going to happen is a little rapey.
It is. That's what I'm saying. And then they all hyped up, aggressive, and they say, you know what? I'm tired, and then they get mad.
Yeah, we're definitely allowed to change our minds, women. Exactly. But I guess so. You're saying don't say let's Netflix and chill. You're saying if you're truly a female that just wants to kick it, you should just be like, hey, what is it again? Let's just hang out. You
need to put hashtag strictly platonic so you can actually make a decision whether or not you want to come over.
Okay, so
I think you can just invite them to a group setting, a friend setting, a barbecue or like a game night or something. It doesn't need to be a one-on-one at all. With friends, honestly.
Yeah, that's very true. Like as females, I don't know if it's a male thing, but as women, like we have to be careful. You have to have common sense. Mm-hmm. Like you do know that if you are asking any type of male, no matter what, if they're just coming one-on-one, like you have to somewhat be a little bit guarded. So I get that part. Makes sense.
And let me put the perspective out there because we gotta touch on everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
A lot of these dudes is out here messing up the game because they just going over there on Netflix and chill. And they just eating the coochie. So girls think that shit's cool and they can get away with that shit with everybody. That's not how this shit works. You know what I'm saying? You're accidentally gonna run into a real nigga one day.
Okay. So my other question though, and this is a real question. If a girl were to text you and say let's kick it, but hashtag platonic or something like that, and you don't really like her like that, now does it come off as she's being arrogant?
I will tell you.
I don't like that bitch for real. Why would she even feel like she wants to say that?
I will tell you the next sentence out of my mouth.
Okay.
Man, this bitch tripping.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. There's no winning. So if we let y'all know, there's no winning and if we don't let you know, there's no winning.
There is winning because now you're telling us your true intentions.
Okay.
Don't send us on a dummy mission like, oh, this could possibly be it. No, bro. Let us know. And let's keep it moving. Don't try to stack the deck to where he gonna come over because he think he might get something. I'm gonna get some company. No.
Okay.
No, that's not how it works. But listen, we'll move on from friendly. When we're talking friendly versus flirting, when y'all flirting, what are some keys to let the other person know that y'all flirting? Like, Rihanna, what's the biggest thing that you do when you're flirting so that the people will know what flirting looks like from a woman's perspective?
I don't know. I think that I definitely make some jokes, like, a little bit of sarcasm, like making fun of little things that they do. What else do I do? I'm like, I think, but also just express general interest in them, like, what they're working on, trying to get in more insight, asking follow-up questions, which I don't think always doesn't scream flirtation, but I think you will be able to tell in my demeanor.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's the same for me too. I feel like I get super awkward when I'm flirting because I'm just So I think that I'm such a friendly person that when I am friendly, it comes off as flirting.
Mm-hmm.
So people are going to think that regardless. But when I'm actually flirting, I am awkward.
Are you nervous? Is that why?
I don't even think it's nerves. I'm just awkward because I'm just like I just don't know like how to do things. Like even with him, when I first ever like talked to him, right? I saw him at the library and I paced back and forth because we met in college and I paced back and forth like, should I talk to him? Should I not talk to him? Should I talk to him? Should I not talk to him? And then I ended up doing the weirdest shit ever. I went and sat down on his lap, like, hey, sat on his lap. Like made my move, but that is awkward. That's awkward. Like who does that? You can't just sit on people's laps.
I think that's direct. It sounds like you went for it. Like,
once again, it was mixed signal. She had a whole.
Oh, see, that's why he got kicked off because he was.
Because he's talking shit. Yeah, he's out of here.
Every time he's about to talk shit, he gets kicked off. Yeah, no, I had a boyfriend at the time too, so it made it even more awkward because him and I were always friends. At that time though, like I don't feel bad when I say that because I was young, you know what I mean? In college, we weren't married, but that did make it a little bit more. But it was one of those things where like I never ran into him as small as Central Michigan's campus is. Like I never saw him. So when I did see him, I was like, yo, I gotta take my chance. But like now that I reflect, that shit was awkward. Like you can't just sit on people's laps and expect them to be okay with that. I'm lucky that you were, but
you left out an important part of sitting on my lap. Can't just sit on people's laps in public.
Yeah, that too. With a boyfriend. Yeah,
that's especially with my standing with the National Players Association. You was trying to throw all of that out the window.
Take a sip of BELAIRE. I gotta take a sip of BELAIRE for that one.
Yeah, and I believe like this, it's people have their different modes of flirting, but this is one thing that, and this is going to bring the conversation together because I see JD commented and he said, but y'all know this conversation has no real conclusion. We're all going to take things differently. Listen, that's understood, but there's certain things that we got to talk about that you can take away from this. And what brought up this episode is I went to the store and I held the door open for a lady. She instantly thought that was an open invitation for her to, oh, you so fine and you so excuse me, lady, I'm just trying to collect my lottery ticket. You don't get your old ass in the door that I'm holding for you. This ain't that time. You know what I'm saying? Just because I was brought up a certain way does not mean I'm flirting with you. You know what I'm saying?
And that makes me sad that like that's just I feel like that's human courtesy. I almost got a job when I was in college when I went to a restaurant because I opened the door for an older woman and they tried to hire me on the spot to be a host because I said have a good day and I was like, dog, like I came here to eat, not for a job. And to be honest, I didn't do anything that no one else should be doing. Like that's just strange. Like people aren't used to people being nice, opening the door.
Oh, no. Comfort chimed in. Our favorite profile picture girl. She chimed in and she said, "Flirting comes out naturally for her," and that's part of the issue. Like good-looking people can flirt easily. You know what I'm saying? It's an easy switch to turn on, but sometimes we're not turning it on. It's just a good upbringing. Another thing that a girl can do for you that you might think is flirting. A girl can be super nice. And let's get into this part because this is the thing. When women are nice to you and you're not used to women being nice to you, you will consider it flirting. Especially the people who are facially challenged. They will definitely not take a woman being nice to them the same way. So like, how do we tell the difference as men from y'all perspective of whether y'all just being nice or y'all flirting? Like, we'll start at, hey, how you doing? Some women are stank. They ain't gonna even respond. Some women gonna think you hitting on them, and they're gonna take the opportunity to turn their nose up. When it's really, hey, I seen you. This is awkward. How you doing? You can just say, great. I might not respond to your great. I might have just been trying to walk past you without being too awkward. How do we know the difference, though, when a woman is just being nice? I know the difference, but for the people out there.
I don't know. I really think it's like a energy thing. Like you're feeling kind of their tone and what they're saying, their body language. Because I feel like it could go either way, but it's more of you making a judgment call on them unless they're direct about it.
I
think
agree.
even with compliments, people can take that as flirting, like, oh, you look good today, or saying you got nice sneakers on. I think you could be like, oh, she feeling me,
Mhm.
but really they could just be saying something nice and keeping it moving.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
That's the same for me. Listen, anytime you're saying hi, how are you doing, which is again a common courtesy, I don't think that you should think that's flirting. If I'm saying, are you having a good day? I don't think you should think that's flirting. Like if I'm giving you the eyes, if I ask for your number, I
Right.
mean, I feel like I'll slap you in the face if I really want you, but
Terry Wilson said judgment call gets niggas locked up. Listen, don't leave them to their own judgment. I'm trying to tell you. We're trying
That's
to
what
get
I'm
some
saying. If
info
you're
right
not
now.
sure, you should ask and
Yeah.
and figure it out.
I always tell dudes this too. Like, shoot your fucking shot. If you feel like it's a certain way, shoot your shot, but be okay with no. The worst you can get is a no. And some no's will be worse because some people are ghetto. Some no's will be embarrassing because you put yourself out there in front of people. But you got to be okay with that. That's the risk of taking the shot. You're not gonna make all of them. But the more you shoot,
Right.
the more chances you got to make it. So just shoot.
I say the same thing to girls too. Like, like my female friends or someone that's like, what do I say to him? I'm so nervous. I'm like, there's so many people in the world. The worst that can happen is he says no or she says no. And then like, you know what I mean? That's it. So move on. Like I just don't take it personal. They could be saying no because they could be with someone already. They don't have to give you their whole like reasoning either.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put some game out there that might get me a strike from the National Players Association though. But from a guy's perspective,
Oh no!
if somebody calling you hey chocolate from the beginning, don't answer. They hit money.
They sound corny. They saying that hey chocolate.
Listen, you obviously have not been to a Detroit gas station.
That's corny as hell.
You obviously have not attended a Detroit gas station. Whatever your feature is that's sticking out, they will let you know whether it's hey dreads or hey thickness is gonna get yelled out across the parking lot in front of everybody who's getting their gas.
Yeah.
If you do not want to be hit on, don't answer those. Those is instant.
No,
hey, I'm trying to holler.
Yeah, you don't answer that. You don't answer the cat.
You might want to get back in your car.
Yeah, that's clear.
That's clear. Like a little nickname or that's very like
that's definitely
flirting. Yeah.
Yeah. So that, for girls out there who don't know, if you ain't trying to be hit on, when you hear that and you at a Detroit gas station, go find a new gas station.
Yeah, you got to be careful even with gas stations you stop at around here.
Cooking with Granny Peaches said, "What's happening, Yellow?" That's Detroit, Michigan.
Ridiculous. Now, even with that, sometimes though, like some people just weren't raised right. Some people that really isn't flirting for some people. Some people just don't know how to talk to people. I mean, it is probably flirting, but some people, there's a 5% chance that somebody out there that does that just doesn't know how to talk to someone.
Mm-hmm. This is where it gets confusing, though. Right. What if somebody say, "Hey, Slim"? It's low key a compliment. It's not too far off the radar of just normal, and like you could get confused. He might be hitting on you. He just might not know your name.
Listen,
yeah, I think I wouldn't be sure, but I would assume that they're trying to flirt.
Yeah. Somebody listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, somebody in college, I was out and about and someone had told me that I had childbearing hips. And I took that so offensively at the time. I was like, dog, like that's so fucking rude. They were doing heroin
for sure.
Yeah, I was like, that's so rude. Like, who says that? And all my girls were like, he was flirting with you. I was like, that's what that was? Like, that's what flirting was?
What was the location of this? I think location is important.
It was at the Wayside.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely on meth or heroin. He's probably a townie.
I was like, am I supposed to be flattered by this or am I?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was flirting too. He was trying to interested in your hips. That's what he was trying to say.
I was so confused. I was like, is he trying to say I already have some kids? Do I look like I have kids already? You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, my girls were like, but see, here's another kicker was that they were quick to know that he was flirting. So I was looking at them like, who talks to you? Like, why are you guys so comfortable with being okay with knowing that was flirting? Like, that was so disrespectful.
And that's where women mess up the game, because what
Yeah.
happens is, just like you got the dudes who show up on Netflix and chill, and they just eat the vagina and leave, and make women think that shit happens all the time. You got Ugmos that's women out here who will take what they can get. So that hey slim to them, or that hey thickness, or you got childbearing hips hits a little bit different when you don't get that much attention.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So they mess up the game for y'all, just like the other guys mess up the game for us. Comfort just chimed in and said, "What? Ain't no stranger calling me slim."
Yeah, it's really a turn off. Like, it could be flirting, but it's like, I'm not really interested. That sounds crazy.
That does sound crazy. So
yeah, listen, I swear to God, like, if you ever get a chance to attend Detroit, and Jeezy talks about Detroit gas stations all the time. Stop at a gas station, get out the car. I dare you. It's gonna be somebody throwing some sort of backhanded ass compliment at you from far across the parking lot. That's just how it works. By the way, my wife is not allowed to get gas.
Yeah, I don't even want to get gas. Like, you know, in Jersey, they pump our gas, so that is like a really new thing. I'm like, it's so dangerous out there. You just out exposed pumping your gas.
Definitely,
I wouldn't be talking to nobody out there.
Yeah.
You definitely got to have the Sky Daddy keeper on you when you go to Detroit gas stations, because you never know.
That's crazy.
So Rihanna, what's the worst like flirting thing anyone's ever done to you? Like, what's something that just made you be like, what in the world?
I don't know, like towards me. I don't have, let me brainstorm towards me.
Okay.
But I have had situations where I felt like when I had like a partner that was unable to discern what was flirting and what wasn't, you know, and then leaning on like, it's a friend, but what they're doing is not appropriate. Like, you know, showing up at 5 a.m. to their house, you know, because they're crying and they need help. That's, you know, there's other friends for that. So I think discernment is like important, but being able to like talk to your partner and say like, hey, the vibe is off to me. They're interested in you. I think you should be able to do that and be upfront about it.
I agree with that too. As I said, like, he's probably the first person I've ever been with that was man and comfortable enough to know the difference, because I had been with people in the past that obviously I'm a friendly person, you know what I mean? And I talk about that all the time. Like, people just automatically assume I'm flirting with them because I'm saying, hi, how you doing? Or I act like I care about how their day went.
Can we give him a name, please?
Let's call him Evan, for example, you know? But Evan was very upset because like he thought I was flirting with everybody in the world. And I'm like, dog, first off, you met me this way. Like, I haven't changed my personality. Even with the way I was like dressing, like leggings. I would have leggings on and dude would be like, we didn't last long. It was probably like a good week or two. But I was just like, yo, like, this is crazy. But, you know, it depends on who you're with too, that has enough sense to know your personality. And know, like, he's never, ever been like, oh, you were flirting with him because you said hi to him, or because you know, but it takes a special person, because I am a very nice, friendly person. So I could see how it comes off as flirting. I never like not understood it when other people said it, you know, but it's just how I was raised. Like, I can't help that.
I'll send her in the store to get us some free chips and candy all day. I'll be like, yo, go get some free chips from this nerd. Because at the end of the day, you might as well use what you got while you got it. We ain't always gonna be young. You know what I'm saying? True. At the end of the day, you know, but at the same time, you have to be able to understand. You have to be on the same level as the person, number one. Somebody who's not on the same level as you will not understand your plights. That's just not going to happen. When you when people talk about you out of your league, that's a serious deal. When you're playing outside of your league, everything looks hurtful. That's not meant to be hurtful, because you know in the back of your head that all it takes is one conversation for you to lose a person because you playing outside of your league. But on a less serious note, I hate when women try to flirt with me by calling me a teddy bear. Don't call me no fucking teddy bear because I'm not your cuddle buddy. Yeah, I'm not. You got this shit fucked up from the beginning. It's already off now. Like that's the farthest thing for me. Like,
so you saying because you big, you don't want to be called a teddy bear?
I don't care about big. You call me Big Daddy. That's nicer than being a teddy bear. I'm not a teddy bear, bro. Like, don't get this twisted. I will slam this door on your foot.
Yeah, I can see how that's irritating. Like being told you have childbearing hips.
Yeah, it's
wild.
Do you guys communicate? Like if, when you held the door for the older woman, did you come home and tell that story? Like, oh, Shorty was flirting with me, and y'all are very transparent about it.
Yeah, it's super simple because you don't ever want anything to be misconstrued, especially in this day and age with all the cameras out here, the camera phones. Hey, I seen your husband. He was out there flirting with such and such, and
it will happen. I remember when we first started talking, and he, his best friend is a female, and he was hanging out with her. She's gone off her rocker a little bit. She's
not just a little bit.
She's having some issues, but I never had an issue with her. You know what I mean? Like I have male friends, so like again, you have to be with someone that understands your plight because like me, I was so used to having guy friends that him having girlfriends, it didn't ever faze me, But he was hanging out with her one day, and here's the kicker.
I did not hang out with her.
You bumped into her.
I bumped into her. We went to the same high school together. She still lives in that city. So I went to the city to have.
She's cool as hell.
Yeah, I went to the city to have chicken wings with my homeboy before we went to poker. Yeah. Ran into her in the parking lot, took a few selfies, posted them on Facebook.
Yeah. I was about to say, here's the kicker. He posted the pictures on Facebook, and not all my girlfriends, but at the times, how they try to act like they care, but really they trying to start shit. Were hitting me up like, who is this bitch? And I'm like, dog. First off, she's not a bitch. His best friend, and he posted the picture. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you be trying to hide something if you posted it? I just didn't understand that, but I learned they were trying to start stuff,
Start, yeah. And you call him up like, what's going on?
I called him, telling him, laughing, like, hey, so-and-so just called me about this picture. We were rolling, like.
It's not like she wasn't introduced, like she was at our wedding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this wasn't a new person to her. So, like, communication is key because
it is.
And you never know when you're going to need that communication down the road to defend yourself because that could be a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? It just look bad. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, some stuff you're not doing bad, it just looks bad. So, at the end of the day, this is what it boils down to.
That's very true. And that's sad. That's sad, but it's just the way of the world. Like, people will try to misconstrue and make anything look crazy, even if it's not.
Yeah. So, have you figured out an experience yet, Brianna? Was your worst flirting experience? Like, did you ever awkward out and like just dip on a conversation, or like, because there's been a few conversations where I said something that I knew was stupid, and I just left like abruptly. Like, damn, ruin that one. Gotta go.
Like, I could think of two things. One time, and I was just telling the story, but I was with like my ex at the time, and somebody like walked by me and grabbed my hand and like kissed my hand in front of him. And we were like waiting to get inside a club, so he was basically like, kiss my hand, like, you with this dude, like I could get you in right now. But I was like, that was just an awkward situation. I'm like, oh, we're good. Like,
Yeah.
My man said you were coming to America.
Yeah, he hit her with it.
It is you.
He hit her with that.
I've also like been in situations where like the bill thing too, like when someone's flirting and they're like, oh, let me get you a drink, and then asked to split the bill at the end. And, I definitely felt like that was awkward too, because I'm like, are you flirting, or are you trying to feel me out? Is this a friendly thing? So that really was a turn off and was kind of the end of that situation.
I feel like we need to discuss that because this is one of the big topics, like opening the door for somebody. Buying someone a drink. We need to discuss that. And that's crazy.
And it was happy hour, you know?
That's damn. He's cheap as hell. But at the end of the day, that's weird. First of all, we have a rule on the show, and we talk about it all the time. Of if you invite somebody to something, and then we're not even talking about drinks. If you invite me to an event, I should not have to pay for anything at that event or for that event because you invited me.
Yeah,
if I invite you to my event, you will not have to pay for anything because it will all be taken care of because I'm inviting you somewhere. So if somebody buys you a drink, I would assume that they're buying the drink. That's weird. Throwing me off.
I thought it was weird too. My face was like stuck. It was very weird.
Yeah, that's strange, bro.
Like Comfort said, I didn't plan it. It wasn't something that I like, move forward with. So I thought that was weird, and it kind of felt like it was a friend zone situation based on that response.
Yeah. So I don't know if I missed this, but did the dude you were with at the time, did he get upset that he kissed your hand? Did he see that the dude had kissed your hand?
Yeah, he was trying to act like he wasn't upset, but he really wasn't feeling it.
Yeah. I understand that, but
I've been in awkward situations like that with Britt before.
Yeah.
And this is before we were even together. Like we went out to the club and like I've had dudes drive by like, I don't know why you with his fat ass and drive off. Like,
so disrespectful.
Won't get out the car and say it. Ain't say it the whole time he was in the club, but like after the club just drive past, say it. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
And it's been stuff like that. Shawty, you need to leave him. I treat you better. That's fine, dude. We got a couple bills over here that you could take care of if you would like. But no, like it's just something that you have to be prepared for when you get in relationships. I always tell people this that nobody wants somebody that nobody else wants. You got to be prepared for that, and nobody's planning to get hit on. You just set that up, like, hey, when I get to third in line, come kiss my hand.
Yeah, right. Right in front of my boyfriend. Like common sense tells you, like, obviously this wasn't planned. So yeah, people are wild out here, man.
Yeah, and I even think like social media makes it even more hard to decipher like what the intentions are. People will just be like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" or comment some hard eyes to your photos. That is, can be some mixed signals.
And a lot of these dudes out here play that in between game shit and pray that one day you send them the signal back that they're waiting for. I'm not a fan of that plan.
Yeah.
Don't like how that works out, and don't like how I don't like waiting for shit. So I'm not about to wait for you to one day heart eye a picture of mine back.
Yeah.
Like get the fuck out of here.
Well, I also believe that social media has made it okay to disrespect someone's relationship. I get it because a lot of people fake the funk. You know what I mean? Like people don't believe people are truly happy. So they'll look at a picture of you and your man, and they might be like, man, they just putting up a front. Even if you really are, so they still believe that they have a chance or that they can be disrespectful, which I get because a lot of people do fake the fun. There's a lot of people out here
and to them it's like, why not try? Like maybe they'll respond, or if they don't and leave you on red, then you at least say something. But I don't feel like they think they have anything to lose.
And on that topic, I think we need to vote. If you buy somebody a drink, are you flirting?
Well, as a female,
and by buy, I mean actually pay for it.
Well, I mean, as a girl buying a guy a drink, I would probably say for me because as a guy, he can afford his own drink.
I think if you are going out your way to say,
hey,
let me get you a drink, then I think that you have some interest in that person.
Yeah, but. Me buying a drink for a female, no, because we hype each other up. Like I always say, I get the most excited when I get complimented by a female because I just feel like we are just so much more genuine when we hype each other out. Like when we're in the bathroom, hey girl, your dress is beautiful. You know what I mean? Like I get more hype about that than a guy doing it. So I don't know.
If a guy buys you a drink and he takes his time to go up to the bar, fight that bar crowd, get your drink made, he should be hitting on you. Otherwise, I don't know what's going on. I'm lost in the sauce. And maybe it's some new generational shit and I've been married for too long. But like, I don't understand. Like, if I buy you a drink, I'm hitting on you. Now, at the end of the night, they might go to waste. That's why a person like me who does not like to waste money, I'm not buying you shit.
And to me, I'm glad you said that, because I don't really accept drinks from dudes, even when they do come, because I don't know what he did. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's just a different thing that we got to watch out for. So don't waste your money on me, because I feel way more comfortable buying my own drink.
Yeah.
That's just, yeah, you wasted money with me.
Yeah. Is there any info that y'all can give people before we get out of here? If you had to give some advice, I'm gonna give y'all single screen so y'all can give advice with flirting versus friendly, and just be open and honest about it to people so they can understand that this is a serious issue. Like, figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with Britt. Go ahead, Britt.
I mean, you said Bree or Britt? It sounds similar.
Britt. Oh no, they do. I didn't realize.
And I'm country, so.
And not only that, but I'm also not used to you calling me Britt. So that's I guess my only advice would just be to not assume. Like, just don't be weird. If someone, like we've been talking about the whole episode, like if someone simply says hi to you, don't assume that means that you get to start stalking them and that they're about to be like that. Y'all go together now. You know what I mean? Like, that's just so damn weird. And it's sad that we have to say that, but there's a lot of people out here these days that do not understand the difference. And I feel like you need to figure out the difference. Like, it needs to stop. I'm so tired of hearing people say like, oh, she did this, so she deserved that. Or she was dressing like this, so she deserved it. No, unless somebody slaps you in the face that they like you, don't assume it and don't be disrespectful. That's pretty much all I got for you guys. That's how I feel.
That was good. Good summary. That was good. I agree with your point. Don't assume. I think if you're unsure if somebody's flirting or if they're like into you, I think it's appropriate to just ask. And in terms of like relationships, I really do think like communication is key. I think we should be able to bring up this topic like with our partner. I think like in my current relationship, me and my girlfriend are very open in terms of what is appropriate for us, what our boundaries are, and if we do have examples of people flirting, like we're open enough to share or say like, hey, I felt like this was uncomfortable or this was inappropriate. And I think that's the only way to kind of really be vulnerable and put things on the table so you guys are on the same page.
I agree with it.
Perfect. And all I got to say is this. At the end of the day, don't be weird. Like, a lot of you motherfuckers are weird, bro. And we got to put it out there. Weird is weird. Like, don't buy somebody a drink that they have to pay for. Don't call somebody slim at the gas station. Like, just don't be weird. If you feel like there's some energy there that might be on the flirting side, ask. Or this is something else you could do. You could take it back to how we used to do it in kindergarten and first grade, and you can carry around a piece of paper that says, if you like me, check yes or no. We can settle this a lot of different ways, but it all ends in you asking. So a lot of the things that we do these days have been overwhelmed by social media. Like they said earlier, stop playing the middle guy. You won't have these problems if you put yourself in the middle realm by just trying to play the fence and say, well, I ain't gonna hit on her until she hit on me, or I ain't gonna hit on him. Somebody's gonna end up in the friend zone and not know it. There's gonna be a lot of time wasted because if y'all do like each other, y'all wasting time playing the fence. It's just a lot of. And listen, at the end of the day, take no for an answer. It will solve all your problems.
So be direct. That's always been my MO. Like, if you like somebody, tell them. Don't just be following around, lurking, wishing that they, that's just it.
Right? Yeah. So shout out to our sponsors today. This was a wonderful show. Thank you, Rihanna, for coming on and
so much
blessing
fun
us with your presence. Hopefully you'll come back again soon.
That was so much fun.
Shout out to BELAIRE. Today I was drinking Bumble in my coffee.
Oh, you're on the green.
Yep.
Yeah,
had a little coffee in my cup today.
Wow.
Yeah, so shout out to BELAIRE. They always look out for us. We love doing the show. Shout out to Adam and Eve. AdamandEveStores.com, code LL69. Go get you some toys to play with so that you won't be so thirsty you end up in the friend zone.
That was a perfect way to wrap it up.
We love y'all. We out.
Love you guys.
Thank you guys.
No problem. That was so much.